everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
Building trust for generations.
Celebrating 55 years.
The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Prime Minister to announce election date Sunday at mass rally in Halfway Tree. Buff Bay Market in Portland reopened. Alleged gunman killed, cop injured in Negril shootout. Hanover police on hunt to stop illegal bikers. In sports, FIBA America's pre-World Cup qualifiers, Jamaica beat Barbados by 22 points. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for August. That's Saturday, August 9, 2025. I'm Curlin Brown. Traffic slowed to a crawl in sections of Halfway Tree today as preparations continue for the highly anticipated Jamaica Labour Party meeting. Traffic changes are expected to take effect starting at 11 on Sunday morning, August 10 to 12 midnight on Monday, August 11 to facilitate the Jamaica Labour Party's public meeting in Halfway Tree. Let's have more in this report. We do apologize for that technical glitch. We will get back to that report momentarily. Meanwhile, members of the opposition People's National Party were in Clarendon on Saturday, shoring up support for aspirants who will represent the constituency in the next general election. Party leader Mark Golding anticipating that Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will be announcing the election date on Sunday, asked supporters to be ready to ensure the PNP's victory in the parish. The motor vehicle belonging to the host pastor of a St. Andrew Church, which was parked on the compound, was set on fire earlier this week. The suspect is known. However, the pastor and the Member of Parliament are urging the community to remain calm and allow the police to investigate. More from Carla Ramdeen.
Police have identified a man suspected of torching a pastor's car at the Church of God Deliverance Center Ministries on Windward Road. The incident that happened earlier this week was caught on CCTV footage. A man was seen pouring what appears to be flammable liquid on the vehicle before igniting it. Member of Parliament for East Kingston, Philip Paulwell, says he was concerned when he heard about the incident, but is urging members of the church and the community to not take the matter into their hands.
The police have done a good job so far. They're aware of the suspect. We're asking the suspect to be turned in and for justice to be done that way. At the same time, we are saying to the church community and the community surrounding this church that they allow the police to do their work.
The pastor, Gavin Campbell, explains that he is aware of who the individual is, but is urging the community to respond with peace.
I want it to be categorically clear that he and I, we have no ill feelings, but based on what was said to me, that he is sick and he needs help. And we are here to pray and also to help the family in any way that we can.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
The Buff Bay Market in Portland was reopened on Friday, with local government minister Desmond McKenzie giving stern warning to vendors to use the facility. Vendors were urged to care for the market and discontinue vending on the streets.
The ribbon cutting for the opening of the Portland Municipal Corporation Buff Bay Market symbolized more than just a space for vendors to sell their wares, but also the development of a community. Local government minister Desmond McKenzie described the opening as the continuation of good things for the parish. He made it clear to vendors his expectations.
I am not expecting to see one vendor on the streets of Buff Bay vending. This is why you have the market. I remember coming here and when the lady them done with me, I bow me head in shame. Now I am holding my head high because we made a commitment to you. I never made a promise. I made a commitment to you and we have fulfilled that commitment.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for West Portland, Daryl Vaz, says in the past 10 years, the Buff Bay Township has undergone numerous improvements. Mr. Vaz encouraged vendors to use the market so order can be restored to the town.
It's my hope that at some point, all the 48 stalls will be occupied by persons selling farm produce and the other 6 stands in haberdashery, and of course, our meat and fish section fully occupied.
He says discussions have started with the Ministry of Agriculture regarding a fish shop.
This reopening today is an encouragement to restart discussions with the Fishery Division of the Ministry of Agriculture to also upgrade the fish shop across the road to integrate both. And I can say that we have been in discussions and it looks very positive.
Marjorie Gordon, CVM News.
A member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force was injured during another fatal police shooting in Negril, Westmoreland. The incident surrounds a reported confrontation between the crime fighters and alleged criminals. More from Amoy Harriot.
An unusual disquiet in Tankhill, Negril, Westmoreland Friday morning. Scores of police officers and members of the Jamaica Defence Force gathered outside the Negril police station. This after a police officer was shot and injured and an alleged gunman killed in an alleged shootout in the community. The deceased man has been identified as Negril Richardson, otherwise called Draco. Now, reports are that about 4:45 a.m., a team of officers carried out an operation at a premises in Tankhill, believed to be the home of Richardson. Upon entering the premises, the police alleged they were greeted with gunfire by armed men, and the fire was returned. During the exchange of gunfire, the police constable was shot in the chest, but was reportedly saved by his ballistic vest. Now, after the shooting subsided, Richardson's almost lifeless body was discovered with a pistol nearby. One investigator told CVM News that they have reason to believe Richardson was a contracted killer who was also involved in gang activities in Negril. Now, CVM News further understands the now deceased man was wanted by the police for 2 murders, including the fatal shooting shooting of a police student in the parish in 2021 and another gun attack in July of this year. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is investigating. As at August 4, there have been 191 fatal police shootings since the start of the year. Incidents like these have led to increasing calls for the use of body-worn cameras by the police. Just last week, INDECOM Commissioner Hugh Faulkner said the entity remains relentless on its calls for the cameras amid what he described as troubling statistics. But Security Minister Dr. Horace Shang has doubled down on his position that given the national security demands, purchasing cameras for specialized operations is not a priority. It's left to be seen if the mounting public pressure will shift the government's stance or if the calls for greater police accountability will continue to go unanswered. Amoy Harriet, CVM News.
And still in the West, the number of crashes and gun murders linked to persons traveling by motorcycles continue to increase. Druselle Mills picks up that report. Let's take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
All roads lead to Halfway Tree Square this Sunday, August 10, 4 p.m. for the Jamaica Labour Party mass rally. Main address comes from Prime Minister and Party Leader, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Back to back, JLP River come down. Mass rally, Halfway Tree Square this Sunday, 4 p.m. We choose Jamaica. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
Live on CVM, Rally X, this Saturday and Sunday morning.
I love waking up every day in this country. This is where I was born and raised. I have such a passion for my country, and for me, this is home. In Jamaica, a lot of people, they look at just like beach, sea, sand, but our mountains are something to behold. It's majestic up there, and it's a different type of peace. It's a different type of lifestyle completely. I could mention many different places that are amazing, but the one thing I do love about Jamaica as well is that you can find that relaxation, you can find that chill in your backyard. Apart from it being an incredibly beautiful country, an incredibly beautiful island, we have a wonderful, wonderful culture, wonderful, vibrant, colorful people. There is definitely a realness to Jamaica. There's definitely something that no matter what keeps you in touch with reality here. Why come to Jamaica? It all comes back down to Jamaica as a whole. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the climate. Come out and meet us, come out and experience what Jamaica has to offer.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for staying with us. As we told you at the top of the newscast, traffic slowed to a crawl in sections of Halfway Tree today as preparations continue for the highly anticipated Jamaica Labour Party meeting. The traffic changes are expected to take effect beginning at 11 Sunday morning, and it will go through to midnight Monday, August 11, to facilitate the Jamaica Labour Party's public meeting in Halfway Tree. Let's have more in this report.
Motorists traveling along Constant Spring Road towards downtown will not be able to drive towards Halfway Tree once they reach the intersection of Constant Spring Road and South Avenue. Motorists may turn left onto South Avenue, right onto Waterloo Road, across Trafalgar Road to Holborn Road, Knutsford Boulevard, Lady Musgrave Road, Old Hope Road, Oxford Road, Halfway Tree Road, and other areas. Or motorists may turn right on South Avenue, across Burlington Avenue, left on Sandringham Avenue, left onto Malines Road, right onto Woodglen Avenue, and right on Hagley Park Road. From there, Richmond Park, Maxfield Avenue, Lyndhurst Road, Retirement Road, and other areas may be accessed. Motorists traveling along Malines Road towards Halfway Tree will only be able to turn left on to Eastwood Park Road. Motorists will not be able to access South Odeon Avenue or Courtney Walsh Drive. North on Eastwood Park Road, right on Red Hills Road, right on Constant Spring Road, and left on South Avenue, right on Waterloo Road and across to Trafalgar Road. Motorists traveling along Hagley Park Road towards Halfway Tree can only turn left onto Eastwood Park Road and proceed northerly towards Constant Spring. Motorists will not be able to turn right on South Odeon Avenue nor right on Courtney Walsh Drive. North along Eastwood Park Road, right on Red Hills Road, right on Constant Spring Road, and left on South Avenue, right on Waterloo Road and across to Trafalgar Road. Motorists traveling along Halfway Tree Road towards Halfway Tree Square will be able to drive northerly on Maxfield Avenue, onto Eastwood Park Road and onto Constant Spring Road. Turn right from Halfway Tree Road on to Oxford Road, left on Knutsford Boulevard, left on Trafalgar Road, straight onto Waterloo Road, left on to West Kings House Road, and right onto Constant Spring Road. Motorists traveling along Hope Road towards Hagley Park Road will not be able to pass the intersection of Hope Road, Winchester Road, Surbiton Road towards Halfway Tree Square. Turn left on Winchester Road, right on Ruthven Road, left on Halfway Tree Road, right on Balmoral Avenue, right on Maxfield Avenue, left on Hagley Park Road, or straight across to Eastwood Park Road. Meanwhile, persons attending the public meeting at Halfway Tree Square will be able to park along Constant Spring Road between South Avenue and Courtney Walsh Drive. Parking will also be accommodated on the extreme lane to the western side only. No vehicles will be allowed beyond Constant Spring Road, Courtney Walsh Drive. Along Halfway Tree Road between Cargill Avenue and Holy Childhood High School, no vehicles will be allowed beyond Holy Childhood. No parking will be allowed on Hope Road, Hagley Park Road, Malines Road, and Eastwood Park Road. Persons parking in these areas must do so beyond or off the roadway.
And so tomorrow, Jamaicans will know when the next general election will be held. Anticipation is mounting as Jamaicans will lend their focus to the Prime Minister and leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, who will lead his party into Halfway Tree, where it's expected the date for the next general election will be announced. Well, confirmation actually finally came that this will be so during a meeting with the party's central executive today. Jamaica does not have fixed election dates. Now, the Constitution allows Parliament to last up to 5 years from its first sitting after an election. Apka Fitzhenley spoke with CVM, informing the Prime Minister gave a charge to his members to approach the people with humility and commitment. The Central Executive is the party's second highest decision-making body outside of its annual conference. The body also formally confirmed the party's 63 representatives for the parliamentary election that's expected by September. The JLP is seeking to retain power for a third consecutive term. A former worker of Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital turned up at the gate of the facility at the end of the work week, demanding outstanding pay for a group of them said to have been owed for years. Raymond Morrison picks up that story.
Frustration boiled over in Savannah as former hospital workers took their demands back to the gates of the medical facility. Some say they gave years of service, but have been left waiting for what they're owed.
It will make 9 months. 9 months since they are aware of this matter. As a matter of fact, before I leave the institution, we was making recommendation for these outstanding sub and taxi allowance. However, the manager sitting in their comfort zone, drinking milk and honey and wine, while we were out there taking care of patients and saving patient lives.
In May, they took similar action and were told the matter was under review. They say they were promised payments soon, but months later, there's still no word from the hospital or the Ministry of Health.
That Mr. Tufton, we're calling on your intervention into this matter. You came here a few Fridays ago, and you came and you unveiled this beautiful sign that's down here for the hospital. But I can assure you that all is not well. There's a wound that needs to be addressed as it relates to retired persons who have given their service to this noble institution. We are saying time has come, and I'm not using political ploy, but the time has come when the managers, HR, acting HR, and all the different R you can think of, need to get together and work out this problem.
For Mr. Dunn, the lack of response is an insult, especially after seeing money spent on upgrades for the hospital, while past staff remain unpaid. He went on to express that other former employees would make an effort to come out and protest as well, but illnesses have prevented them from following suit.
Some of them can't come out here because they have arthritis in their knee, they have high blood pressure, they have diabetic, and they have all different kind of illnesses, right? So they can't even come out here. I am saying, these managers, they need to do the honorable thing. We need to understand that when you're going to the supermarket, the little pension that you're getting, you can't even look on saltfish anymore. You have to walk with your feet, right? So whatever they have to work out, they need to work it out. Give the people what is due to them, right? It shows that there's a lack of proper governance.
The former workers are now calling on Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton and the Ministry of Labour to intervene immediately. All attempts by CVM News to contact the Western Regional Health Authority and the Savannah Hospital were unsuccessful. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
More CVM News at 7 right after this.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
Live on CVM, Rally X, this Saturday and Sunday morning.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back with regional and international news.
While the removal of sargassum weed has been done by individual hotels, the Department of Marine Resources is gearing up to join the annual challenge of dealing with the invasion of sargassum. More from SKN Newsline.
While the removal of sargassum weed has been done by individual hotels, the Department of Marine Resources is gearing up to join the annual challenge of dealing with the invasion of sargassum, according to Maritza Quilly, Port State Control Officer in the Department of Marine Resources on St. Kitts. Speaking recently at a press conference involving the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, the Port Control Officer said no data has been collected on the amount of the troublesome seaweed removed and dumped each year. As she outlines recent developments the department is undertaking, including setting up a structured approach to manage the annual sargassum invasion and possible uses of the seaweed.
We are now, with the procurement of some of these equipment, would be looking at the areas specifically that impact landing site and, of course, the hotel industries and those beaches that are frequently visited by our locals and tourists.
You know, it's impossible to measure the weight of worry children carry around, much less getting them to spill it, especially since the person or persons asking may be a trigger at home or at school. Well, I was fortunate to be on the listening end, and so I began exploring the topic, suicidal ideation for Inspired Jamaican.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
On a rainy day like today, somewhere here in Jamaica, when we can just pull on our umbrellas, I'm reminded that, you know, water can make any dirty surface clean again. However, when it comes to disappointments and how others make you feel, it won't automatically just go away like that. Now, even for children with a seemingly clean outlook, there can be pressure building beneath the surface. And as situations fester, emotional distress can develop. What sort of feelings have you experienced as a youngster?
Well, for me, the weight of expectations tend to weigh heavy. When it comes to growing into and learning our own identities, understanding ourselves, it always felt, for me at least, a bit much. I never felt a true drive to do anything or to really meet anyone. And so it felt, just going through the everyday life felt very arduous.
You know what causes that, or have you been able to identify?
Well, what I have learned is that I kind of have an issue when it comes to identifying my own emotions. Growing up, I have a couple home problems, and I believe it caused me to dissociate from my emotions. So when it comes to handling and understanding myself, I tend to find it a bit more difficult than the average person.
So you mentioned home. What about school?
When it came to school, at first everything went very smoothly. There was no real situations going on or any real troubles. But then around when online classes were being done, that's where my willingness to go through with life kind of just slipped away from me. I no longer felt the need to do any grades or anything at all, so I just stopped. And then by the time school officially reopened, I was well on my way to repeating the 10th grade. Which, when I did repeat, I did do a lot better the next go again, but I still felt that heavy weight of not wanting to do anything, not wanting to be anyone, just going through the motions. And then when eventually came time to graduating, at first I struggled to get onto the list to graduate due to lack of SBA submissions, which caused a couple problematic situations. For me, it felt as if everything just crashed down. So in that moment, I truly actually gave up.
I'm I'm going to go back to when you had to repeat. How were you told you had to do this?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't actually well informed. I actually had to kind of surmise from the fact that my grades were very poor. And then when I